it was always thought that at some point a plane that they thought might be lost on the way to Idlewild Airport, as it was JFK was called at the time, might in fog strike the World Trade Center, and that the whole thing would come tumbling down. In civil engineering class in the early 80s at Columbia, I studied this, and we knew, I mean, that this would probably, if the World Trade Center were ever struck by a plane, it would likely come down. And so it's like, in fact, I have a witness, the guy I was hanging out with on 9/11, when we were watching the
This
towers
is what they
burn.
taught you, Ted? Like, when you were still, doing your first major?
Yeah, they
So, like,
should
in 1989?
this was no, this was 1982, okay, or in
What?
83, and they literally said, and they said and so like I told my friend Randall, it's like, oh, he's like, oh, what do you think is going to happen? I said, oh, these buildings are coming down. And he's like, what do you mean? I go, oh, they're coming down. So what? He's like, what about the fire department? I'm like, oh, they're not going to go in. They're just going to cordon off the area and evacuate the entire area because these buildings are coming down. And it's so, to me, the 9/11 story that makes no sense is that they didn't do that. That they went into the building, that they
Right.
told people to stay put at their desks, that they didn't, that the firefighters walking up the stairs to their doom also were kind of blocking the way for people to leave. I mean, the stupidity it doesn't take away from the bravery, but the stupidity of it was insane. So to me, there was no surprise whatsoever. Actually, the buildings stayed up a pretty good long time. Everyone could have gotten out, if they just needed to follow like the procedure that everybody knew needed to be followed, and they just didn't do it. They treated the World Trade Center, the FDNY treated the World Trade Center disaster as if it was just a fire in a building, like it was happening
Hmm.
in a 6-story tenement in Harlem.